A little discussion about the weeding. As you can see, all this area was weeds along here, just like it is over on the other side. So that's already been done, but there's lots of areas that still need to be done. And you can see the three main weeds that I am battling is grass, which is my primary focus, is to get the grass up and get as many of the roots as I can while the ground is still wet from the storms. The second one is the medic, which is it's the burr medic with all the little burrs that, catch on your socks and travel everywhere. And then the third main one is the common mallow, which you see here. It's all over the garden. Those are the three primary ones. You can see there's other ones throughout that the seeds have blown into cracks in the DNG. But the main ones that I'm really want to get up while the ground is wet are those three. And you can see areas where I've already succeeded in pulling the weeds and things are starting to dry up a little bit. So now I'm in a pinch to get them before they go to seed. So now that things are starting to dry, that grass will send its seed up really quickly. I just wanted to show the weeds the main weed that I'm trying to pull up are these grass, and you can see how it's sprouting from the actual little grass seed. This one still even has the outer covering of the grass seed. So majority of the grass that's growing right now that I'm battling, the mass majority of it is from seeds. You can see by these are small fresh roots. This is baby grass, but if I let it get longer, if I don't get all these roots out, then these roots will break off and this is a whole new mats of roots. The grass it can grow back by any little segment of its roots, and it can also grow back by these seeds, which stay viable at least 3 years or so. So the goal is get them while they're babies. It's a lot easier than when they're grown up, and then get them before they go to seed, because that one little stalk of grass could repopulate this entire garden if I let it go to seed. It'll just keep spreading and spreading. So it's a constant battle, but the nice thing is the rains really wet the soil, and you can see how it's allowed me to just really get those roots out. Okay. A nice bunch to show you the medic that I want pulled out. And this is very lush right here. You can see it sort of looks like clover. And it is related. It does nitrogenate the soil, and it is edible, although you don't want to eat too much of it, because just like the oxalis, it has you'll get a tummy ache if you eat too much. But a little bit's good for you. It has vitamin C, all that sort of stuff. But we don't want it in the garden, because the burr medic, not only is it an invasive weed and spreads like crazy, but it has those little burrs that stick on everything, and it's miserable. These are really lush. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see in the video, they're not really going to seed yet, but you can see some areas where it has that prickly on the stem, and that's how you know it's going to be a burr medic, and you can tell that apart from other oxalis or clovers. And they're usually really easy to pull out, and they're more likely to spread from seed than by root. You still want to get as much of the root as possible, but just get as much as you can. Don't worry too much about the root as you would with the grass. Okay, great. Thank you. A quick video about the mallow weed. This is the common mallow, and we've got a lot in the garden, and you can see it likes to send a deep taproot, which when the soil's moist, it actually makes it really easy to pull out. You just grab it from the low as you possibly can and pull straight out, and you should be able to get as much of the root as possible. This is one that I don't mind as much in the garden because it's easy to pull out, and I like to talk to the kids about its relationship to the marshmallow, but it does need to be pulled because it is invasive and it'll spread like crazy. So we don't want too much of it in there. I did plant some California mallow. I've got two here, which I'll go into more depth later, but I've got a little baby one that I just planted, and then I'm going to take you, try not to get you too dizzy. I've got another mallow over here. Now, these are two different varieties, as you can tell, and one's going to have orange, the apricot mallow, and one's going to have the dark purple. So hopefully those will bloom, and I'll be able to get better videos and talk about them later. Okay, but for now, we definitely want all the common mallow pulled out. We have a composting trash can, which we didn't have. This is a new thing this year, and it's a great place to dump the weeds. If you can take them out of the garden, you can see we've got a huge pile, and bring them out here, that would be wonderful. Okay, thank you.